Sally, employee experience has been used as a buzzword. So I think the very first point of departure is to say that it's actually still an emerging, I think, world. We talk about it a lot, but I think it's really an emerging science in workplaces, because it's one thing to just say the human capital team is responsible for employee experience. It's another thing to then say, if you are getting into the employee experience world, you need to understand that it's user-centered. We don't design it in human capital. It's really around, when you think EX, think about the users and think about the customer, and go and immerse yourself and understand what the customer is looking for. Think about technology. And technology is now everyone's business. We work digitally. How is technology impacting employee experience? And how do we build technology into employee experience? I think that's still it's still blurry, right? And it's important that for people in EX, they think about how do we build technology and maybe enable EX through technology. It's disrupting workforces, I think, and that's important. Let's disrupt our workplaces, but how do we do it? We can only do that by thinking and coming up with evolving solutions. Our solutions cannot stagnate. I think anything 2 years and older should really be relooked, and it needs to be fresh. It needs to be applicable. It needs to be meaningful for the people. I think something else that's critical in EX, and I think the pandemic amplified it, that I think people in employee experience need to think about it, but need to innovate, is around mental health, resilience, and that link to performance. Because ultimately, we are all here on a work contract, and there are expectations that, for performance. So how do we link back all this work of mental health, all this work of resilience, all this work of employee engagement and connectedness to performance? I think that science could really develop and evolve in that way, to say, how do we link employee experience to performance? How do we make sure that all these initiatives enable performance? All these initiatives enable the whole being to be present in the workplace. And I think, lastly, we always had a stance that employee experience is leader-led, and I don't move away from that, because I think leaders make or break the environment. But how do we empower employees from an EX perspective to start scoping what workplaces they want to work for, to start partnering with leaders in terms of how, collaborating around employee experience and really find mutual benefits in these processes, so that they are not just at the receiving end, but
absolutely,
they are in there, knee deep. Yeah. So I think that's the advice I'll give to anyone who is working in the employee experience. I think the big thing is around, we're going to evolve. We're going to always be evolved. So be ready to not settle anywhere, but continuously evolve, continuously be open to change.
Yeah, I think that's that growth mindset, being prepared to change. And as you say, I think it's really from getting, again, not to move away from leader-led, but it's really about saying, employee experience is, as an employee, shouldn't be something that is done to you. It should be something that you are involved with and actively participate.